我知道啊。
No, now, okay.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I can't see you yet. Hold on. I'm trying to. There, I can hear you.
Right, I'm still have the cartoon version of my head just because my room back there is too cluttered.
I like that one though. It's good. Don't
So
look at my background either.
yeah, log into SharkBridge whenever you're ready. And
Okay, that's what I'm trying to do. If I can get the, not that one. Oh, is that you?
yeah,
That's
I'm sharing the SharkBridge screen for recording purpose.
Okay, good. Can we can do it just that then, right? Or do I need?
For you, it's still better if you look at through your own SharkBridge interface because you can,
Okay, let
do
me do
stuff
it on my, on this. Were you on vacation last week?
it was just work related. And in fact, I sent an email to Brian. Going forward, it might be more difficult for me to hold these Tuesday sessions because when I'm at work, I can't run SharkBridge.
You getting what?
I can't run SharkBridge with the work computer. I have to do it at home. And we're gradually shifting to less and less telecommuting. So it's going to be more problematic going forward.
Oh dear. Okay, I'm trying to get the Brian's email on this.
I see Joe and Monzel already in the SharkBridge.
Here we are. SharkBridge. I'm gonna have to leave early too, I'm afraid.
No worries.
To go play bridge. Good, I got it.
Okay. So Joe and Monzel, can you hear me all right?
Yes.
I can hear you. Yes.
Great.
I
Okay.
might be on
So
mute,
I'm going to
so-
start. Today is technically the third lesson on competitive auctions. And the first series of hands are raising partner suit after an overcall. And the raise could be preemptive in nature, or it could be competitive and constructive. So with these hands, you should be able to see it in front of you. Your partner North opened the bidding with 1 heart and East has. At this point, what do you think you should bid at South?
I'm out still.
4, 5, 5 points. Just 2 or 3 hearts. 2 hearts.
You should bid 2 hearts. And before we go any further, what's North's range opening 1 heart?
What's its what?
North opened the bidding with 1 heart. What's his range in terms of high card points? Or declare?
13 high card points, 5 hearts.
And
12.
what's the maximum if there is one?
And what'd you say
What's the maximum if there is one?
on the
North's
on the
strength.
opening?
Yeah, open it.
18?
14,
21.
21. Oh,
So North has a very wide range from about 13 declarers points, so counting length when necessary and appropriate, up to about 21. If it's more than 22, he will bid something else.
right.
The 2 club open. But 1 heart has a very wide range. And
Oh,
he tells that the responder has 5 high card points and 2 doubleton give you 1 point each. So you technically have 7 dummy points,
okay.
right?
Uh-huh.
So if North has the maximum of 21, you actually have enough for a game. But you don't know that
don't.
because North has
Right.
a very wide range. And
Right.
the correct response for South is bidding 2 hearts. And what's the requirement for the 2 heart bid?
3 hearts and 6 to 9 points.
3 or more hearts, 6 and 9 points. That's correct.
Okay.
So if I had it here, I'm gonna show them out. So the 2 hearts in a uncontested auction, in particular when East passed, means 6 to 9 points, 3 or more hearts.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone should be familiar with that. But let's backtrack a little. Say East came in with the overcall 1 spade.
Oh, okay.
So at this point, what do you think House should bid, if anything?
I guess the same, or,
So once they say 2 hearts,
So I'm hearing 2 hearts. Any other suggestions?
is that like,
oh, is that the,
is that like a 3-heart week?
What do you think 3 heart would suggest?
There are not very many points? Or
Anything
extra
else
heart,
besides that?
extra heart?
So at this point, because East overcalled 1 spade, it became a contested auction. In
Uh-huh.
contested auction, you raise partner's opening bid based on the law of total trump lengths.
Okay,
So North have how many minimum hearts?
five,
And you have 4, right?
right,
So combined, that give you 9 trump tricks
Tricks.
minimum.
right,
So the law of total trump is saying that you're willing to bid up to the level that's equivalent to your total trump length.
the 3 hearts.
So when you have minimum of combined 9, South, despite having not many points, is willing to bid 3 hearts. It serves a double purpose. First of all, it's telling North that I don't have too many points, and also to interfere with East-West, because one of the adage of Trump bridge is when we have a fit, they have a fit. So when we have a 9-card heart fit, it's very likely they have 8 or more cards of spade fit. And you want to make it difficult for East-West to bid their spades. And
Okay.
you have jumping to 3 hearts. 3
Okay.
hearts promising, again, 2 things. One's fairly weak, no more than 10 dummy points, and also at least 4 hearts, because North's promising. Now, there's no guarantee that you can make 3 hearts. But because you have a lot of, there's enough trump between the 2 of you, even if it goes down, it's unlikely you go down very much. And in fact, if you go down, there's, I would say, more likely chance that East-West could have made something out that would score more than going down, defeating your 3 hearts.
Okay.
So again, just the important thing here is when you raise your partner's trump suit, when there's interfering auction, you do it based on your total trump lengths. And if you raise directly, it's saying you don't have too many points. You can bid 3 hearts with 0 points as long as you have 4 hearts.
Oh,
oh,
wow, okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And
but you can only, what's the top range of that? Of
no
bidding?
more than 9 dummy points. There is an upper range, yes. So 0 to 9 dummy points. If it was 10 or more, you do something else.
Okay,
So this particular hand, you only have 7 dummy points. 5 high cards and 2 singleton, each adds 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so similar kind of situation. Again, your partner opened 1 heart. East comes in with a 1 spade, and it's your turn. What do you think you should bid?
Oh, I
4
guess
hearts?
4 hearts.
4 hearts is correct, because you have 5, partners have at least 5, combined that's 10. So you're willing to compete up to 4 hearts. And you get that message across. The message being, I have 5 hearts and not that many points by bidding 4 hearts directly.
Okay.
So again, you're not guaranteed to make 4 hearts, but if it goes down, it's likely a good sacrifice. They may have some, they might make 4 spades, and in fact, West might as well bid 4 spades anyway, but make their life difficult. They cannot get there without methodically and accurately.
And that's not a convention, that's just a straight way of playing?
Not just a straight way of playing. When you raise your partner's major suit, well, when you raise your partner's trump suit, you bid based on your total trump length, not your strength.
Okay,
All hard bid by south at this point, whether it's 2 hearts, 3 hearts, 4 hearts, are all weak bid. The only difference is different in length in hearts.
and that's only when there's an interfering bid?
When, yes, only when there's interfering between, when it's a competitive auction.
Oh my,
When it's an uncontested auction, 2, 3, 4 carry different meaning. Like 3 should, by standard, should be limit raise, which just means 10 to 12 points and 4 hearts. And direct 4 heart bid is actually still weak, but 2 hearts is 3 or more hearts, 6 to 9 points that we talked about. But when it's competitive auction, the only difference is trump length, and they're all weak hand.
and it has to be a major, Tony, or can you do the same thing with the
You
minor?
can do it in minor, but keep in mind when North open a minor, like for instance this hand, North open 1 diamond, and East coming with a 1 spade. How many diamond you expect North to have?
3 or 4?
Three to,
You should expect North to have 4. North should have 4 or more, about 95% of the time. The only situation North has exactly 3 is when he has 4 spades, 4 hearts, 3 diamonds, and 2 club exactly. Any other distribution for North to open 1 diamond, North should have 4.
okay.
So even though once in a while, very rarely, he might have 3, you should put North having 4, and you having 5. So what should South bid?
I
Three.
do. we-
3?
diamond.
It's the straightforward way to bid this hand. Some people might do something differently because they have a 5-card hard suit, but we're
Right.
not talking about that at this moment. If you want to
Okay.
raise partner's diamond, you have to raise the 3 level because you
Okay.
expect him to have 4 and you have 5 yourself. So you raise the 3 level.
For nine,
So the
nine total
principles still
tricks.
apply for minors, but because minor opening, there's likely to have shorter. The length is, you tend to have not as many cards compared with major opening, so you have to do it very carefully.
But wouldn't you do the hearts?
So if it were up to me, I would double here. We can talk about it later
Oh.
today. This means a negative double, saying this is actually a hard bid, but we're getting ahead of ourselves right now.
Okay,
I'm just saying, if you want to raise diamond, you have to raise at the 3 level. 3 diamond raise is the correct one. Saying I have
Okay.
weak hands and 5 or more, and exactly 5 diamonds.
wow, okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
got it.
Mhm.
so again, they're a similar deal, and now it's your turn. So before you answer it, how many? So count your dummy points. How many dummy points does South have?
Just the one.
Dummy points. How many dummy points does South have?
6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh, count all of
10?
them. So 6, 7, 8, 9. How many do you get for Doubleton? 1? 9? Do you count length?
You don't count lengths for dummy point. You count
Okay,
short.
so 9.
Everyone agree? It's 9 dummy points.
3, 4.
6 high card points plus 1
Yeah.
extra Doubleton, so that's 9.
Yeah,
So what should South bid?
3 hearts.
And what does 3 hard mean?
6 to 9 points and wait, 6 to 9
Hearts.
points. And then 3 hearts.
yeah.
Is that right?
No, the North has 5, you have 3, that makes 8, so that
It's-
should only be 2.
Oh, 2
Very
hearts.
different opinion. Talk it out. What do you think?
Well, the law of total trump, doesn't North saying 5 hearts for North?
Yeah,
Right, so we don't have, yeah, you're right. So 8, because that's 8 total tricks.
so 2 hearts.
2 hearts. And what's the point range of this 2 hard bid?
Again, 0 to 9.
9.
0 to 9 may be a weak 10, and you have 9 points, so this 2 hard bid is perfect.
Okay,
Range of it, the upper limit of the range.
yep,
Okay.
yep.
So let's change this further.
Okay, so
So with this hand, let's start with the fact if East pass, what would you bid at 1,000? So before I answer the question, make sure you count the dummy points.
Right, so it looks like 11 with dummy.
Yeah, so that's more than that thing we were just doing.
So remind yourself, East pass. If this were an uncontested
Ah.
auction, what should South bid?
I thought they should bid 2 hearts.
Let's see, we have too much for that.
So if you think too hard, speak to yourself. What's the point range for an uncontested too hard bid?
Okay.
Mm.
So 1 heart, 2 hearts. I
Is
don't
that
know.
6 to 9?
Is it different than the contested one?
Yes, there's a big difference whether it's contested or uncontested.
Stop. Okay, so-
Two hearts in uncontested means 6 to 9 dummy points, 3 or more hearts.
Right,
Does your hand fit in that category?
it's got 3, 6, 9, 10. It's got more points, huh? 6,
So how many dummy points do you have?
11.
You have 11. It's not in the 6 to 9 range. So can you bid 2 hearts?
No.
So what should you bid?
3 hearts?
3 hearts. So a 3 heart bid in an uncontested auction means 4 or more trump and about 10 to 12 dummy points.
Okay, okay. Now I'm getting it. So if they had did
It's
1 spade, yeah,
However, since changes had East bid 1 spade.
right.
So what should you do now instead? Can you bid 2 hearts?
No, you bid 3 hearts.
Can you bid 3 hearts? What's the point range of 3 hearts?
0 to 9,
0 to 9.
And you have 11.
right?
Oh.
So
Yeah.
can you go?
Oh, what's
It's a little
yours?
bit under. Can you go to 4 hearts?
What's the point range of 4 hearts?
I don't know. Is it
And
10
what's
to
the
12?
trump requirement for 4 hearts? Trump
Well,
rate.
yeah, you're right. I'd have to have 5, huh?
So
No.
remember,
Yeah.
remember
Yeah.
all those 2 hearts, 3 heart, 4 heart bids are weak bid. You have at
Okay.
most about 9 dummy points, and you're way stronger than that.
Yeah.
Can you bid 1 no to keep the bidding going?
1 no means 6 to 10 points, no heart support at space,
Oh,
which is
that's
not your
right.
hand.
Okay.
Mm.
And
Something else.
clubs?
So it's not the worst thing to bid club, but I wouldn't do it because that almost always deny having heart support.
Oh, yeah.
So you're trying to,
Fact.
we're trying to tell them that we have support. If we have 4 hearts, 4 clubs, 3 diamonds, do we do a double? No. I
If
guess
you
not.
have 4 heart, so again, double means something else at this point.
Okay,
You want to
okay,
tell your partner first and foremost, you have heart support and you have fairly strong hand.
right.
We talked about it briefly before. There's one conventional bid to do that.
2 spades?
2 spades.
Oh, you,
If you're bidding,
Oh, yes.
saying you have 3 or more hearts and 10 or more dummy points. There's no upper limit.
And that's a
Oh.
forcing bid.
That's a forcing bid.
the
So
forcing
Norse,
bid.
if it has a
Okay.
minimum hand, Norse will come back bidding 3 heart because that's the lowest possible thing Norse can bid. Saying I have nothing else interesting. I have a minimum opener. I'm willing to play 3 hearts if you have not much more than 10. But
Okay.
any other bid by Norse at this point will be game force, other than 3 hearts.
So they have to bid too.
So if Norse have anything interesting, so like for example, if Norse have 15 or so points, knowing you have 10 or more, Norse should go to 4 directly.
Oh, okay.
Or, Norse can bid anything else, like a 3 club. It's saying because first of all, your two spade bid already confirmed heart is the trump suit.
Uh-huh.
A 3 club bid by North saying, I have something extra and I also have a club suit myself. And this 3 club will be a game forcing as well. The only stop bid is for North to bid 3 hearts. So if North bids 3 hearts, South can pass and we're playing 3 hearts. Anything else than North bid, we're going to game. But this 2 spade bid, again, saying 3 or more trump support, 10 or more points. It's limit raise or better.
How many points again, Tony? I know you
10 or more dummy
10
points.
or more, any more.
You can have 20.
So if North went 3, then South could still go 4 because
So
now they know
let's
that North has.
say North, hang on. So like you're talking about this,
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and then if you had more points than you have down below,
Right.
you know, if you had
you
more,
have like 11 dummy points and not that great, so I will probably pass.
Yeah.
But
If
if
you
you have little more, then I'll go for 4.
okay, yeah. Because
Okay,
you said 10 or more, and then he said, I have more than the minimum, but not that much. So
No,
you'd
the
have to
3
cover
hearts
it.
is saying I have a dead minimum because North has to,
Okay.
North cannot pass.
Okay, yeah. So that's saying he has 11, 12,
Sure.
okay.
Yeah, he has,
Oh, okay.
he's saying he has the 5 hearts with the 13 points.
All right, you're 23 right now, or 24, you're still not,
24 is not enough.
that's
Right.
not enough. But if you had a couple more, then yeah.
Then you
Right.
could go,
And just to illustrate that point,
And it's dummy points, so yeah.
so we have this hand. It started out as 1 heart, 1 spade. You cube it 2 spade to show you have 10 or more, and 3 or more. And North came back with a minimum 3 heart bid. And what should South do?
4 hearts.
4 hearts, because you're more than. So how many dummy points does South have?
oh, I
Like
didn't see he
15.
changed it.
oh,
Yeah, 15 I looked, if I remember when I counted.
Let's see.
15 is correct. You have 14 high card points and a double them providing extra more. You have 15. And North have 13. The 28 is more than enough to play a 4 heart game.
so limit raises are they just for majors or are they for minors?
People play it in minor as well, but again, you have to be cautious about your trump length because minor opening tend to have
Right.
shorter suits.
Right,
So
And
for
they don't-
example, like in absence, I don't have a hand ready for that, but if the sequence were 1 diamond,
mm-hmm,
1 spade, you bid 2 spades if you have 4 or more good diamonds, not having 4 or more hearts, and 10 or more points.
Okay,
Generally, much prefer to play major or no trump than raising partners minor. So you have to have a very specific hand to do this, but the principles still apply. You need 10 or more points and enough trump support such that you combine to have a minimum of 8. For the case of major, because partner have at least 5, you do limit raise with 3 or more. But when it's minor, partner could have 4 or occasionally 3. So you have to be very cautious of how to do the limit raise.
limit raises always has to be in a competitive,
Limit raise by itself, limit raise, your hand is limited, which means 10 to 12 points. And the limit raise saying I have trump support, which means combine of 8 trump. But when you do this qubit, it's limit raise or better. So again, just to backtrack,
yeah,
1 heart pass, 3 heart. This 3 heart is a limit raise. You limit yourself to 10 to 12 points, 4 or more hearts. But 1 heart, 1 spade, 2 spades is limit raise or better. You have 3 or more hearts, 10 or more points. There's no upper limit to it.
okay.
And just to emphasize, at this point, South cannot bid 4 hearts directly. And why is that? Even though you're probably going to make 4 hearts 90% of the time.
because they will only have nine hearts between the both of them, which is
So
9.
you're not wrong because
Oh.
the message of bidding 4 hearts is having 5 or more hearts, and in a way, more importantly, a weak hand, because North is going to pass your 4 heart bid. But what if North have 16 points? You're missing out on the slab.
Mm,
So again, this particular sequence, you bid 2 spades first, North
Mhm.
bid something, then you bid 4 heart. This is telling a different message. It's saying even if you have a minimum opener, which the 3 hearts entail, we still have enough for a game. Which is saying I have about 15 or so points.
mhm.
So that's the difference of bidding 2 spades first versus directly bidding 4 hearts.
Okay.
Okay?
Mhm.
It's to find out if your partner has more than just an opening bid.
It's to tell the opener, you as the responder telling the opener, I have trump support and a strong hand.
And a strong hand, okay.
If you bid 4 heart directly, it's saying I have trump length, but weak hand.
And the 2 spades is always promising 4 hearts or more?
No, it's 3 or more.
3 or more, okay, okay.
So the idea is, between yourself and the opener combined, you have a minimum of 8.
Okay,
Okay, so for the next example,
Oh,
oops, I made a small mistake. So I'm gonna temporarily put all of you North.
okay.
You know what? Give me a moment.
Sure.
Let's see what's the best way to do this. Yeah. So these cards should belong to South. I accidentally put them on North. So imagine you have this hand but sitting South,
Okay.
right?
okay.
So again, you partner North, open 1 heart, East overcall 1 spade, and it's your turn holding what North actually have right now.
Okay, so that is 13, so you would do 2 spades.
2 spades is what most people would do nowadays. And another suggestion is a possibility to bid 2 club. So we
Okay,
talked about it earlier. At this point, South, as the responder, introduced a new suit at 2 level. And because this is an uncontested auction, even if South bid nothing, North still have a chance to bid. So this is what we call a free bid at the 2 level at the new suit. This is saying 10 or more points and 5 or more good club, which is what which fits your hand. But personally, I don't like this bid. It's much more important to get a message across that we have a major suit fit and we have
right, right.
So personally, I found 2 spade being a much better bid than 2 club.
Mm-hmm.
Although there are people that bid 2 club with it. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So the few of them talked about are raising partner when there's interference. So if you have a weak hand, by which we mean no more than 9 dummy points, you raise to the level based on the law of total trump. If you have 10 or more dummy points, you Q bid the overcaller suit.
Okay.
So Q bid limit rate is perhaps one of the most important thing in competitive auction.
Okay.
So any question before we proceed?
Oh,
Say the points again.
yeah,
So
do it again.
the 6 to 9, I mean 6 to
0
9
to 9,
points.
really.
I mean 0 to 9.
You
And
raise to the level
is
that's
of
equal to
the-
your total trump length.
and then 10 to
10 or more, there's no upper limit.
okay, 10 or more, then that's when
bid
you
the
Q
overcaller
bid.
suit. Doesn't have to be spade. It could be club.
Okay.
Like for instance, if East can win with a 2 club,
Mm-hmm.
even though you have 5 club yourself,
Right.
the 3 club bid doesn't mean club. It means heart support.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, I missed that.
So whatever the East does in you Q with their bid.
Right.
Okay.
And it says whatever north bid is the trump that you want.
Right, so you say, we agree heart is the trump suit, and I
Uh-huh.
have 10 or more dummy points.
Okay.
Okay.
So we talked about qubit limit raise. The next is the concept of negative double. Perhaps it takes some getting used to. So negative double is, I would say, the second most important thing. Well, negative double and qubit limit raise are two very, very important conventions that happens in competitive auction. Now, virtually everybody plays it, and you should make an effort to remember them, such that when they show up, you have a good idea of what exactly it means.
Mhm.
So for this series of exercise, your partner North opened the bidding with 1 diamond.
Okay.
Had East pass, what would you bid as South?
Okay, what do I have here? 8 points. And am I the overcaller?
I don't see anything.
Can you do one? You can, with only 4? So could you do 1 heart with 4 hearts?
Anyone want to volunteer? What's the requirement for a 1 heart bid at this point? Both point range and heart count.
I think it's 8 points, 4 hearts.
It's 6 points or more for 4 hearts.
Oh.
Because
Okay.
again, North could have 21 points.
Okay.
So you bid 1 heart when you have 6 or more points, 4 or more hearts.
Okay.
And also heart being not longer than spades. Sorry, heart being like spades, it's not at least equal lengths.
Oh, yes. Yeah. So we have the 4, 3.
Right. So 1 heart means 6 or more points, 4 or more hearts.
Okay.
And this gives your partner North have a chance to find a 4-4 fit in heart. Because you know North doesn't have 5.
Right.
Right, because they bid diamonds.
So now instead, East comes in with a 1 spade.
Oh,
What can you bid now? Can you bid 2 hearts?
no.
What's the requirement to bid 2 hearts? Both strength and length.
Yeah, you need to have opening points and 5. So it is 5 of a suit.
Pretty much. You pretty much need a hand that you will open 1 heart with to bid 2 heart at this point.
Right.
And you're not strong enough or having enough hearts to do that. You do that.
No.
And also because you have a somewhat decent 4-card club suit, you're interested in if North have something in club as well. Because remember, if North is 4-4 or 5-5 in the minors, North open 1 diamond first. So there's a chance that you also find that you have a club fit. And to get that message across that you have both heart and club. So in other way saying you have both of the unbid suit.
Oh, yeah, because
Double
East,
here.
yeah, because East
Yeah,
bid the
yeah.
spades. Right. Right.
Negative double is for the responder when the opener bids something and your right-hand opponent overcalled another suit.
And you have 4 of the opposite, the suits that nobody bid.
It's actually more complicated than that, but
Oh.
this double, like in the length is actually more complicated than that.
Okay.
So the double in the most simplest case is saying that you have 4-4 or better in the other suits.
Okay.
But if you have 5-4, for instance, you might be better off bidding 2 hearts, depending on your strengths.
Okay.
So the negative double, at its face value, is saying you probably have 4-4 in the other suit, and there's a strength requirement, which is
Okay.
and the strength requirement depends on at which level you made this double.
So we're at the 1 level. How many points do we have to have?
You've made the double at the 1 level by saying, so North can bid either 2 club or 2 hearts at the 2 level, then you need to have about 8 or more points.
Okay.
So let's just complete this series of exercise. So let's say West pass. Can North pass?
No.
No. You
No.
your doubles doesn't say you have any intention at all to defend against one spade.
Right.
Instead, it's a bit of heart and club. And let's say North comes back with a 2 heart. What should you bid, if anything?
So they had opening points or more, and then we have 8. So it's not enough for game.
No.
Otherwise, they'd have already gone. I would say
So I
pass.
guess you pass.
You pass because North make a pick of the 2 suits. Because you're telling North pick one of heart or club.
Mm-hmm,
North picked heart at the lowest possible level,
mm-hmm,
suggesting North doesn't have any extra besides the opening strings,
right.
but he should have 4 hearts. So imagine North have 4 hearts, 4 diamonds, and the minimum opening strings of a 13 point, plus 8
Yeah.
of yourself, 9 if you count the dummy points. There's nowhere enough to bid game. So you would
Right.
just
Right.
pass.
Okay.
But let's change our hand a bit. So this time around, you're slightly stronger. North, again, open 1 diamond. East bid space, and what does South bid?
Oh, 14 points.
Still the double?
So
And
negative double.
Yeah, still the double.
Because even though you're stronger now, you don't have 5 hearts to or 5 club to overcall the 2 to bring it bid out a new suit at 2 level.
Right.
So
Okay.
negative double have no upper limit.
Okay.
The lower limit varies depending on which level you made the double. At 1 level, it's about 8 points. But you could have 30 points to make a negative double.
Okay.
So this negative double is saying that I probably have 4 in club in the unbid suit, which are clubs and heart. More specifically, I should really have 4 hearts. Once in a while, you make a negative double even with only 3 clubs. But the major is the one that we emphasize nowadays. In modern day bidding, in fact, I will come out and say the modern day bidding, this double, it's saying exactly 4 hearts. You might have a few with 2 clubs. Probably not void, but there's no real requirement in the club lengths.
Mm.
So the modern bidding puts so much emphasis on the unbid major when you make a negative double, and you don't care about the minor language. So,
and what would I have to say 2 hearts?
so you bid 2 hearts,
You have to have 5.
and then you open 1 heart with, which is saying about 13 or more total points and 5 or more hearts.
5 or more.
I have enough point. Your point might be close, but because you're 1 short, you cannot bid 2 hearts with a hand.
Okay. And I need 5 hearts. That's what I got.
Right. So this is a negative double where you have more than the minimum requirement on the strings.
Mhm.
And let's say North picked 2 hearts anyway, and it's your turn. What do you think you should bid?
Okay. And we had how many points? 12. Do we count our shortness? And
So when
Well,
you're
that's-
4-4, you get a double dip.
yeah, so if there's 12 points right there, is there 12 points? Yeah, you can go to 4 hearts, right?
Others, what do you think? Can you go to 4 hearts?
Because if they have saying 13 points and 12 is 25 points,
Yeah.
you can't?
I think,
Mm.
Heart is correct because
I think you can, yeah.
because first of all, North is likely to have exactly 4 hearts.
Uh-huh.
Comp length equal on both sides, you get a double dip on both declared points and dummy points.
Mhm.
In which
Mhm.
case you get to add an extra for the doubleton 8-9.
Uh-huh.
So make you have 13 points plus
Which
13
is-
of the opener. That's enough to bid 4 hardwoods.
Okay.
Okay. So this hand illustrates
sense.
even when you have a stronger hand, you can still make a negative double because a negative double at 1 level requires 8 or more, but there's no upper limit. Yes. So this hand, your partner this time around opened 1 heart. And your right hand opponent overcalled 2 diamonds. So you have 4-4 in the black suit, but what can you bid at this point?
It's only 4 points, so I guess you can do a takeout double.
So first of all, there's a key distinction what's takeout double and what's negative double.
Oh, negative, I mean. Yeah, right.
Takeout double is by the person sitting at the overcalling seat, in which case east. So if it were 1 heart double, this double is a takeout double.
Right. Right.
Whereas 1 heart east bid something, and for south to double, when the responder double, this is a negative double.
Negative double.
Which is saying supporting the unbid suit, in this case the black suit. But can
Right.
you do a negative double right now?
Yeah, you said you could have 0 points and there's only
I
4
never
points
think you have
there.
0 points to do. There's no upper limit. There is a
Right.
lower limit.
Was it 8?
8 at the 1 level, but you're doubling at the 2 level.
Oh,
If North prefer club, North has to bid 3 club.
Yeah.
So even at 1 level, having only 4 points is too weak to do negative double.
right.
At 1 level, negative double requires 8 or more. At 2 level, it requires about 10 or more. Because for reason I just mentioned, if North prefer club, North has to bid at 3 level.
So
Yeah.
you just have to pass here.
You have to pass, but your hand is too weak to play 3 club when facing
Right.
minimum opener of North.
Yep.
So North South cannot negative double right now, despite having the shape for it. But South is too weak to bid
Pass.
to
Right.
negative double, so South has to pass.
Yep.
So again, the key distinction: negative double at the 1 level is 8 or more points. Negative double at the 2 level is 10 or more points.
Okay.
Okay. So let's again look at the next hand. Partner North open 1 heart. East overcalls 2 diamond. What can South bid? Can South bid club?
Nope.
You don't have points.
And why is
No,
that?
he only has 8 high card points, 9 with a double 10, and you have to have opening points with your 5 clubs.
You have to have an opening points and a good 5 club suit to introduce a new suit at a 3 level, which you definitely
Right.
don't.
Right.
Can South do negative double?
Well, you don't have hearts, diamonds. Well, you don't have the spade.
You don't have the spade to do negative double.
Right.
So can South bid anything?
I don't see anything.
No, I don't think
Well,
so.
South can pass, and pass is still a bid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the only bid for
Alright.
South can make is to pass.
Yeah.
Right.
So negative double requires both shape and strength, and the strength requirement varies depending on which level you do it.
Mm-hmm.
And there are some more detail and expert treatment with negative double, but I'm not going to mention it right now. And because sometimes, I'm just going to very briefly talk about it. Let's say the initial sequence, so ignore your hand right now. If the initial sequence were 1 diamond, 1 spade, double. So this is a textbook negative double, which most people treat it as 4-4 in hearts and club, specifically 4 hearts. But there are cases where you do this when you have 5 hearts, but not strong enough to bid 2 hearts. I'm just going to bring it out but I don't intend to go into in detail with it. So this double, first of all, shows heart, and it shows 4 or more, but occasionally you can show 5. And there's no way for North to do that at the first opportunity. So these are the more advanced treatment with negative doubles. So I'm just gonna throw it out there. Okay, so for the last thing of the day, I'm gonna all put you in the same table and we try to play out a hand.
Okay, I gotta go though, sorry.
I'm gonna play West. And
Thank you, bye-bye.
oh, you leaving? Okay. All right, that's fine.
I gotta go play bridge.
Good luck.
Let me
Thank
do
you.
something very
See if I can figure this out.
give me 1 second. So what should have happened is I should make East the dealer, but
Mhm.
let's ignore that for now. So let's just try to play. I'm gonna play both East and West, and
Okay.
Joe and Montel, you play North and South. We just try to play this hand out.
So North is going first. So
Right.
I'm just
But yeah,
gonna-
just go for it. Go as you don't typically would do.
One club.
Okay, so now here's where I have to, so tell him I have that 9 points. I'm gonna do a takeout double. So he's saying 13 points and mine 9. So I just pass. Oops, there we go.
Okay, so it's South 2 hearts, and West is making the opening lead. So now it comes out. So Joe, think about it. How you're gonna win your 8 tricks, and just play it out.
Okay.
Hmm. Well, you could do one. Okay.
I'm gonna get different here. So the spades, I got nothing extra on spades. What are we gonna do on that?
5, 6, 7.
All right, whenever you're ready, just play a card from the dummy side.
Yeah, well, not that I'm ready, but um,
Mhm. I know, that's all right. They're gonna be winners. That's why he's gonna win it anyway.
Oh, what is- oh. Ah, no, okay.
That's all right. They were gonna win it anyway. So.
Actually, click the wrong card. Yeah, just go for it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's good. The rest are yours. Good job.
Good job making 3. We have an overtrick. So let's just look at the let's look at the hand, and I'm going to show all the cards. So you should be able to see all the cards, right?
Right.
Just going to quickly go over the bidding. I agree with the bidding. So North passed because North only have 9 high card points. East passed as well, having only 4. And South having 13 high card points, 4 club, 4 hearts, open by bidding 1 club. And West overcall was 1 spade. So question, what's the point range for the 1 spade bid?
Well, with a 1 spade and he's the overcaller. He only really had to have 8 points or more, right?
8 points or more, is there an upper limit? 8 points or more is correct, but up to how many?
Opening point? Well, I don't know. Opening points or more
What do
than
you think,
that?
Joe? 8 to how many?
I don't know, 13, 15?
More than that. You need, it's
Oh.
8 to about 18.
8
Okay.
to 18.
With 19 or more, West has to double first. But with 8 to 18, you overcall 1 spade. The simple overcall had a very wide range.
Oh,
And
okay.
West have 13 high card points, 14 with lane. So this fall in that range, so West bid 1 spade.
Uh-huh.
And what's bid by North again?
The double.
Double. The negative double,
Negative double.
promising
Negative double.
how many points?
Promising 6 to 9 points.
no.
Oh, how many
8.
points?
8
0 to 8,
to
8 to 9. No. 8
Oh,
to-
shoot, I forgot. Is it 8?
we just talked about it 10 minutes ago.
I know. Why did I forget already? Is it 8 to 10 points? I don't know. I can't remember.
8 to anything.
8 to anything. There's no upper
Oh,
limit.
really?
There's double.
Oh,
Eight to anything.
okay, because they don't know until, okay.
'Cause
So
you can't,
eight-
you-
So
You can't do
total
two-
probably it should, most cases showing 4 in the red suit, 8 or more points, which is exactly.
8 or more
what it says.
points.
probably because there's nothing more like that. You can't do like 3 of those because, yeah,
Right, you cannot put like 3.
you can't, right, you can't show strength. You can only, yeah, show shape.
Right, so it shows shape and a minimum level of 8 or more points.
Okay,
And what should Joe bid?
oh, okay, so Joe's bid will be 2 hearts,
2 hearts, saying of the 2 suits that you let me to pick, I like hearts better than diamonds.
correct?
And this heart bid almost always means exactly 4. Because if he has 5, he opened 1 heart.
And it also means because he only went to 2 hearts that he just has opening points?
You just have a minimal opening strength.
Okay,
So 13, 14, definitely no more than 15.
right. Okay,
And should West bid anything else?
no,
No, because if East had space support, East will bid something at a second opportunity.
mm-hmm,
Pass twice, saying, my hand is pretty much worthless.
right,
Pass. So should North continue?
no,
No, because South has shown minimal opening points. You give South about 13 plus
Mhm.
9 or 10 if you count the doubleton. That's still not 10 plus 13 is still not enough for a game. So
right,
somebody passes it around, and the opening lead is made. At this point, you should be able to see North-South's hand, right?
right.
So Wang Zhao, why don't you tell me what should be the declarer's plan? How should North-South win the 8 required trick? So again, for declarer plan, first you count your short trick. How many short tricks you have?
The short tricks is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7, and that's because 2 hearts, ace and king,
Uh-huh,
ace of diamonds, and
Uh-huh.
ace and queen jack of club. You're 1
Right.
short.
right.
So for the 1 short, can you generate it from spades?
No,
Can you generate it from club?
nope. So
Because
the
you
only,
have exactly 4, you can win all of them.
right, so he has to do it with diamonds.
How do you generate extra trick in diamonds?
Just like Joe did, no.
What did he do?
No, I'm just, so you rough it,
You rough it by winning the ace, give up a diamond, and rough the diamond.
right.
So you can generate trick that way. Besides that, any other way to generate extra trick? So we talked about you cannot generate trick in spades or club. You can generate
Right.
extra trick by roughing diamonds. What else?
Well, if you're gonna use all the spades, but
Well, you're gonna lose all the spades. There's no getting
No,
around with it
the
unless
spades
they
is-
play something wrong.
Their spades are 3 and 3, so you can rough 2 diamonds and you can't rough any clubs, you can't rough spades, so no, I can't see unless, I can't see anything. Where else?
So you have 8 hearts between the two of you, right?
Correct.
How many does each one have combined?
They have 5,
Right.
What's the most likely split when they have 5?
3, 2.
3-2. If they're exactly 3-2, can you win in a third heart trick?
Oh,
Because
yeah,
you have 4 of them.
right.
If they're 3-2, you can win your ace and king,
Mm-hmm,
let them win the last one,
mm-hmm,
and your fourth one will be good.
right.
So that's another potential extra source of trick.
That's true,
What
yes.
if they split 4-1?
Oh, no, then,
Then no.
because you
So,
have to, yeah, no,
so knowing that's the case, so you have 2 sources of extra trick. One being heart splitting 3-2,
uh-huh,
another being roughing diamonds.
right.
So how should you go about it? Which of the 2 suits should you tackle first?
Well, I like the roughing diamond part, because you know that if you're only sitting with 6 of them and you know they've got 7 between the 2 of them, but I guess you should do your trump first.
Okay, so let's see what's happened if you, as soon as you gain control, you
Okay.
start playing diamonds.
Okay,
In fact, I think in this particular hand, I actually helped you out by playing diamonds first myself. I actually played the king,
right, so
Then
then
you
you
win it.
take it, right,
and you give up a second round of diamonds.
right,
And then let's say, West start playing club for no particular reason.
so take it on our side, right? South side,
You play
then
diamond,
play diamond,
and what do you play? S house.
3 hearts.
And they're gonna overruff it.
Oh. Bummer.
So the idea is,
That's what happened.
Yep. So that's where you have to do your trump first.
right, when you have two things, and especially one is sorting out trump, the other one is trying to ruff, go for the sorting out trump first. Because
Okay,
keep in mind, you only need to ruff one round of diamonds,
right.
right? Because you
you
already
have-
have 7 tricks.
And you only need 8,
You
so,
only need to ruff twice. You only need to ruff once. So even if the trump split are 4-1, you're gonna find out on the second round of drawing trump. Because
Right.
the second time you draw trump, if they were 4-1, one of the east will show out.
mm-hmm,
At which point you still have 2 trump on south.
mm-hmm,
At that time, you can start playing diamonds and still have enough to ruff at least one,
uh-huh. Yep,
right? So you should definitely draw trump first.
okay,
So we want to add, so this were the actual play.
but,
So how should you play the trump?
let's see. Let me think here. So I guess you would. I'm trying to think how you can't really draw out anything, huh?
Well,
So-
if there's 3-2, they're gonna win the third one.
Right, so I guess
Nothing
you
to
just
do
go
about it. I
low.
don't mind
You go,
that.
yeah, do you just do low 5 of hearts? And then do your ace,
Then what?
and then do the 3 to the king.
So at this point, we have played 2 rounds of trumps, 8 are drawn. You have 2 more in each of your hands. There's
So
only
there's
one
only-
left, which is the
Right.
master queen.
Which
They
is
can win
the
it whenever
queen.
you want, but your trump will be good afterwards.
Right,
So at this point, you already know you already made your contract.
right.
Without any attempted roughing diamonds, you're gonna have at least 1 extra trump winner. So that's gonna be good.
Let me ask a
Contract is
quick,
already made.
can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
So there's 2 and 2. We have 4 and there's the queen out. Would you play your heart to get the queen out? Because that's taking 2 of ours to his 1, or should do it like how Joe did it, where they end up trumping it. And that was
So,
okay, because you knew it was
When
gonna
were to
win,
declare, and there's only 1 master trump outstanding.
right? You know it's
almost
gonna,
never play your trump.
okay, because
They
you know
can
it's
win their
gonna win.
queen whenever they feel like it. But if you
Right.
play trump, you give up 2 trumps for 1.
Okay, that's what I thought, because no
There
matter
are
what
very
that,
rare cases that you have to drive it out,
okay,
but almost always you don't bother. You just let them win it
okay,
when
That's
there's only
right.
1 master trump outstanding.
okay, because no matter what, it's gonna win,
Right, it's gonna win,
right?
and you might as
Right.
well not losing 2 trump tricks to that 1.
2 trumps over his 1, yes, okay, that's what I
Okay.
thought, okay,
So at this point, your contract's already made. You're gonna win an extra trump trick for sure. But let's pay attention to. Let's look at the club. Only the club trick. Assuming you have a choice to play club from both hands, which hand do you want to play the honor first?
you want to play the honor out of the dummy hand. I mean, right, the dummy hand,
Yeah, to the dummy so that you can
so you can be on
lead there,
Joe's
lead the
side.
diamonds back.
Right. So that's
Right.
one thing that Joe you didn't do correctly. You played the 7.
Oh, I thought.
Don't
you
play the
did say-
7 and won it, and realize
Oh.
having difficulty to get back to the queen. And
Well, then I played the
Kinda
6
stuck.
to get to the queen, so I wanted to get it on the second trick.
Yeah.
get to the
that's what I
queen,
did.
but then it becomes problematic to trying to get back to your ace and king. You sort of have to play other cards, and these are potentially way to get you into trouble.
Okay, so I ducked the ace, so I had the diamonds to go back to at that point. Because I
Yeah,
still had
Joe-
the-
Technically, for this hand, yes, because you have more than enough winners to go around. But had you played the queen first, everything's much more streamlined. You can win your ace and king because you played the honor from the short side first.
Yeah, because I think Joe was on his side and he played the 6 to the queen.
Sure,
And then he
similar-
played, yeah, and then
it's
he
the same
played the
philosophy.
7.
You play the 6, the queen won.
Right, and
no,
then
no,
he
no.
played this,
I didn't
Joe
have any,
played the
I didn't have the 9 of diamonds at this point. The 9 of diamonds was already
right.
gone.
The exact sequence was a little different. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
in the abstract sense,
right,
when you have a short side and a long side, both having a lot of honors, play the honor from the short side first.
yes,
For this particular hand, it didn't matter because you have more than enough way to get around and more than enough winners.
mm-hmm,
But there are cases where this wrong sequence could cost you the contract.
right,
So, if whenever possible, play the honor from the short side first.
okay,
Okay, so how do you get into the diamonds now? So,
You don't technically need to worry about the diamonds because eventually, when you start playing diamonds and spades,
aren't you gonna lose a
because if you
diamond
look
hand
at it,
there?
you're gonna win. So
Aren't you gonna
okay,
lose the
instead
first
of what,
diamond?
if this were the exact sequence of card that's held right now, I will play a diamond first. Give it up, and the next time you give you ample opportunity to trump in the future.
wait, but I kind of worry about that only because what if the person who had the queen throws the queen of hearts out there and gets rid of 2 of ours?
Well, they have to get in somehow, right?
Well,
And even if it does that, you're still fine. You
Okay,
still have 1 trump on each side. You can still rough a diamond. You still
Okay.
lose your spades, but your clubs are all good.
okay, yeah,
So you don't want, as a declarer, you don't want to use 2 trump to win the one.
Right.
But as the defender holding the queen, you might choose to play it.
yeah, because they're gonna take 2 of
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, I have to wrap up now. It's like 1:06, but
yeah.
all right,
we got-
that's
yes,
all I want
it
to talk
is.
about today.
Okay, thank
Thank
you.
you. All right. Yeah. Next week, probably similar stuff. Once I wrap up the session on overcalling, I have to talk about Brian and how to go forward with it because it'll be more difficult for me to host these.
Okay.
All right. Later.
All right.